Did you know that the Zodiac Killer, one of America's most infamous unidentified serial killers, sent more than 20 coded messages to the police, with only one being definitively solved? In the late 1960s, a dark figure emerged from the shadows, haunting the sun-soaked valleys and foggy streets of Northern California. This individual, known only as the Zodiac Killer, would go on to become one of the most notorious and enigmatic figures in the annals of American crime. His reign of terror, which stretched from the late 60s to the early 70s, was marked not only by his brutal and seemingly random killings, but also by his taunting, cryptic letters sent to the police and media. He targeted young couples in their cars, a lone cab driver, and possibly even a picnicking pair on a sunny afternoon. His victims were seemingly chosen at random, their lives cut short in a series of brutal, senseless acts. His letters were filled with cryptic ciphers, and to this day, only one has been definitively solved, leaving the others as enduring enigmas. The Zodiac's first confirmed victims were David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, both teenagers murdered on a first date. Then there were Darlene Ferrin and Mike Mageau, attacked in a car park. Mageau survived, giving the police their first description of the killer. The Zodiac claimed his third couple, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard, while they were picnicking by a lake. Hartnell survived, but Shepard didn't. The final confirmed victim was a cab driver, Paul Stein, shot dead in his taxi. Despite a massive manhunt and thousands of tips, the Zodiac Killer was never identified. His letters stopped as mysteriously as they had begun, leaving behind a chilling legacy of fear and unanswered questions. His identity remains one of the most tantalizing unresolved mysteries in the history of American crime. But who was the Zodiac Killer? And why did he stop his killing spree? These questions remain unanswered, echoing in the corridors of time, and we can't help but wonder if the answers are out there, waiting to be discovered. The Zodiac Killer wasn't just famous for his crimes. He was also known for the cryptic letters and codes he sent to the police and media. These weren't just any ordinary letters. They were complex ciphers, filled with symbols that left even the most brilliant minds scratching their heads. One of these codes, famously known as the 340 cipher, baffled cryptographers for over half a century. Finally cracked in 2020, it read, "I hope you're having lots of fun in trying to catch me. I'm not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise all the sooner." A chilling message indeed. But the Zodiac didn't stop there. He sent more codes, 4 to be precise. Despite the efforts of countless cryptographers and code breakers, 3 remain unsolved. The unsolved codes are a jumble of symbols, letters and numbers, seeming to resist decryption. Are they just gibberish, a wild goose chase set up by the Zodiac to taunt his pursuers? Or do they hold meaningful messages, waiting to be deciphered? Theories abound about what these unsolved codes might mean. Some believe they could contain the Zodiac's real name. Others argue they might reveal the locations of undiscovered victims. And then there are those who think they might be a roadmap to the Zodiac's hiding place. Each theory is as tantalizing as the next, but without a definitive solution, they remain just that, theories. Among the unsolved ciphers, the Z32 and Z13 codes have especially intrigued researchers. The Z32 is thought to contain a latitude and longitude, potentially pointing to the Zodiac's location. The Z13, on the other hand, is speculated to hold the Zodiac's name, but until these codes are cracked, we can only speculate. Could these unsolved codes hold the key to the Zodiac's true identity, or are they merely another layer in the killer's game of cat and mouse? Only time, and perhaps the relentless pursuit of truth, will tell. Over the years, several names have been put forward as potential suspects in the Zodiac case. Our first suspect is Arthur Leek Allen. A convicted child molester, he was at one point the prime suspect of law enforcement. He owned the same brand of boots that left footprints at the Lake Berryessa crime scene, and a friend of his reported that Allen had spoken about wanting to kill people and secure his place in infamy by leaving clues, much like our elusive Zodiac. Yet, despite the circumstantial evidence, Allen was dismissed due to a lack of physical evidence linking him to the crimes. Next, we have Ross Sullivan, an enigmatic figure who had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. His physical appearance matched the descriptions of the Zodiac, and he had a striking resemblance to the composite sketch. Moreover, he had a fascination with cryptograms, much like the Zodiac himself. But again, No conclusive evidence could be found to connect him to the murders. Then there's Lawrence Kane. Kane was involved in a car accident in the early 60s, which resulted in brain damage that potentially led him to engage in destructive behavior. He was suspected of several crimes, including rape and murder, and his name was even embedded in one of Zodiac's ciphers. However, despite these compelling factors, there was not enough evidence to definitively link him to the Zodiac killings. Each of these men had a dark past, a potential motive, and their lives intersected with the Zodiac case in ways that are hard to dismiss as mere coincidence. But none of them were conclusively proven to be the Zodiac. The DNA samples, the fingerprints, the handwriting samples, nothing matched. The case remained unsolved, leaving us with a chilling question that echoes through the decades. So, if none of these men were the Zodiac, then who was? The Zodiac Killer case has spawned numerous conspiracy theories over the years. Each more intriguing and perplexing than the last, these theories have kept armchair detectives and professional investigators alike on their toes for decades. Let's delve into some of the most popular ones. First up is the multiple Zodiacs theory. This conjecture suggests that the infamous Zodiac Killer wasn't a single individual, but a group of people committing the crimes and sending the cryptic letters. This theory emerged due to the inconsistencies in the killer's modus operandi and the varied descriptions given by the witnesses. However, this theory remains unproven due to the lack of solid evidence, linking multiple individuals to the crimes. Another theory that has gained significant traction is the Zodiac Cop theory. This theory posits that the Zodiac Killer was a police officer or someone with intimate knowledge of law enforcement. This is based on the killer's ability to avoid capture and his detailed understanding of police procedures, as revealed in his letters. Yet, just like the multiple Zodiacs theory, this one too lacks the concrete evidence needed for validation. There are countless other theories, each with its own set of believers and skeptics. Some suggest the Zodiac Killer was a deranged fan of silent films, while others believe he was a military man with a knack for cryptography. The list is as extensive as it is fascinating, but what all these theories share is the lack of definitive proof. Each one presents a compelling narrative, yet none provide the smoking gun needed to solve this decades-old mystery. With so many theories and so little concrete evidence, the Zodiac Killer case remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American history. Despite the passing of over half a century, the Zodiac Killer case continues to captivate the public imagination. This enduring fascination is a testament to the power of an unsolved mystery, the allure of the unknown, and the human desire to seek answers. The Zodiac Killer's cryptic letters and codes have permeated our culture, making their way into books, films, and even video games. These representations serve to keep the case alive in the public consciousness, sparking debates and fueling theories. The very figure of the Zodiac Killer has become an archetype of the inscrutable and elusive criminal, a symbol of the dark underbelly of society that we can't fully understand or control. The ongoing attempts to crack the Zodiac's unsolved codes are a testament to our collective obsession with this case. From amateur sleuths to professional codebreakers, people from all walks of life have been drawn into this enigma, dedicating countless hours to deciphering the Zodiac's cryptic messages. Each new attempt to unlock these codes renews interest in the case, keeping the Zodiac Killer's legacy alive and kicking. Why, you might ask, are we still so drawn to this case? Perhaps it's the tantalizing possibility of finally solving the mystery that keeps us hooked. Or maybe it's the thrill of delving into the mind of a killer, of trying to understand what made the Zodiac tick. The Zodiac case taps into our deepest fears and fascinations, acting as a mirror that reflects our own curiosity and darkness. The Zodiac Killer case may remain unsolved, but its legacy lives on. It's a chilling reminder of our vulnerability, a puzzle that refuses to be solved, and a story that continues to haunt our collective imagination. What do you think? Who was the Zodiac Killer? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more intriguing content.